This week's writing tip comes from my book, Eating an Elephant, Write Your Life One Bite at a Time. And it is bite number 90, which says, don't edit too soon. Most writers I know, including myself, have a compulsion to fix what they see is wrong immediately. So when drafting a new story, it is so hard to let that misspelled word exist and just keep writing. We're going to look today at why that is not a good idea. My name is Patricia Charpentier, and welcome to the Life Writers Vlog, where you can find inspiration and useful tips to help you write your life story. Writing and editing are two totally different functions. They require different skills and they require different talents. Writing draws more on the right hemisphere of our brain, the side usually associated more with creative, visual, imaginative thinking. Editing relies on the left hemisphere, which gives us more objective, logical, analytical thinking. When you edit while you're still writing, you shut down the creative process and allow that logical, analytical side of your brain to take over. And it taps into that objective analysis. Bottom line, writing and editing do not play well together. It does not work when you try to do both at the same time. I know how hard it is to ignore those red squiggly lines under that misspelled word or two, or to know you could find a better word to describe that person. But if you give in to that urge, you may be doing so at the expense of your creativity. My recommendation is to write a complete first draft of your lowercase s story before you attempt to edit it. Now, I'm not talking about an entire chapter, an entire book, even a whole story, but whatever it is you set out to write during that writing period, I would encourage you to write until you have finished it and not edit it at the same time. Write just that first draft of a scene or a moment or even a small story before you begin editing. Make drafting and editing two different tasks, two separate entities. Possibly write one day and edit the next. I encourage you to become militant about this. If you do, I promise your writing and editing will be stronger for it. If you can't help yourself, cover your screen with a towel and write your story without being able to see the screen. And don't go back and look at it until the next day. I know that takes a lot of discipline, but you should try it at least once. It is an interesting experience. Is editing while you write something you struggle with? If it is, how do you deal with this compulsion to edit too soon? If this information is new to you, how will you now approach writing and editing? Tell us about it in the comments section below. But always in the end, remember the only way to do this wrong is to not do it at all. The only way to do this wrong is to not do it at all. So until next time, everybody, happy writing.
If you enjoyed this week's episode, you will love our Life Writers membership. Whether you don't know where to start writing your life stories, have started and stopped many times, or have been writing but want to receive feedback to make your stories better, the Life Writers membership is where you need to be. We have a Get Started roadmap, an extensive library of instructional videos, live events via Zoom, and a supportive and active community. If you want to take the stories that live in your heart and mind and put them onto the page, check out Life Writers at lifewriters.us.